Hello everyone, welcome to another live stream. So this is our classic Thursday live stream. I did take two trades this week. We're gonna analyze them when we go through the pairs. Quick summary of this trading week. We had some news. So we had the NFP news last week, I believe. Yeah, so non-farm payrolls. They came in pretty close to the forecast, a bit bullish. Hey, Batman, what's up? So yeah, NFP came in a bit bullish. We had a little bit of a reaction on NFP, not that significant. Then we had inflation, CPI, I believe. So CPI, and it came in pretty much on the dot with the forecast. So if you guys don't know, when you have the forecast and you have the real number, if you take a look here, so you have the forecast and you have the real number, and if it's the same, then you don't really expect a big reaction because it was kind of already priced in. But if the actual number turns out much different than the forecast, well, then some volatility can be expected because that is not priced into the markets, and then you get some possible moves. Then we had, what is it, Euro news? Okay, so we had some dollar news, PPI. So classic, you have NFP, then you have CPI, and then you have PPI. And this came in a bit different than the forecast. The reaction was kind of not that significant. Let me take a look at some other dollar pairs. Yeah, it wasn't really a big reaction. Okay, pound US dollar is dropping down. That is pretty interesting. We'll see what will happen with that. But anyway, so in terms of the euro and the US dollar, nothing much was happening. Let's first do the pairs where I had a trade. That's gonna be a bit more interesting. So first one is gonna be NJ. I took a sell setup here. I think it was a pretty good sell setup. And if you guys have any questions, any chart requests, any comments, any trades you want me to go over, definitely put it in the chat. So NJ took this trade. I saw a couple things. I saw a Star-Lord, what's up? So we have only people like from the movies today. We have Batman, we have Star-Lord. That's pretty funny. Will we have Spider-Man next? We will see. But large impulse down, strong bearish pressure. We have big red candles, clean close here. And then we have a nice flag plus formation, as we call it in Zentum trading. What is a flag plus formation? Well, basically, you get an impulse, you get an inside bar, which is inside of the prior candle, means the high is lower than this high, low is higher than this low. Check the numbers above. This is pretty important, the numbers above. And then you get an outside bar, so the high is higher than this high, the low is lower than this low. That means it's kind of outside of the prior candle. Okay, so this is your impulse. Then you have I'm Batman. You have the impulse, you have the inside bar, which is inside of this candle, and then you have the outside bar, which is outside of this candle. Okay, so then you get the entry candle. Before that, a bit of bullish pressure. I know my colleagues Griff and Nico did not take this trade, I believe. Hey, Ivy, what's up? How are you doing? I think they saw a bit too much buying pressure in this candle. For me, it wasn't that big of a concern, so I did get in on a sell setup. This is a bearish candle. If you want to check, because it's really small, check the numbers. So the open was 188, the close was 186, bearish. I got in 16 pip stop loss. So if you guys are not familiar, I use a visual assessment for the stop loss size. I used to use a fixed 12 pip stop loss for every single currency pair, but as the JPY pairs are pretty volatile, I did decide to bump it up to, let's say, between 12 and 20, maybe 25. if the markets are really volatile. So in this case, 12 looked a bit too small, 16 actually looked good. So that was my pick, 16 pips. Got taken out by just a few pips, I think 2 or 3 pips, and then the markets dropped. So yeah, a little bit unlucky, but that is the game of trading. If I had a 20 pip stop loss, I would probably still be in, and I would probably take a small win on this trade, but it is what it is. So some people also didn't like that we were overall in a flat range. That's true, but just these two confluences, the large drop down and the quick flag plus formation. Hey Meg, what's up? How are you doing? So just the strong impulse down and the quick flag formation was enough for me to actually take a trade there. It was pretty clean. This price action was pretty clean. Other than that, I had my order on for a break and retest right here. So here, I think I used 13 pips. So like 1 pip below or above this inside bar, 13 pip stop loss. Basically, what did I see? I saw a bit of a descending channel, which is actually a bullish pattern, okay? And then I saw a nice impulse to the upside, 1 candle pullback, and then a break of the high with a nice clean close on the top. This was pretty good. I would say this was pretty high probability. Set the order, never got tagged. If I did get tagged in, this would turn out to be, I would have taken a 4% win, something like that, because it would have been out at this level with the trailing stop loss that I use. And also, I would take half of the position off at a 5-1. So that is also something I started to do just on the JPY pairs, because I've had free trades in the last 3 or 4 months that actually went into 5% profit and then reversed all the way back and actually took me out for a loss. So that is one of the worst feelings. Missing a trade and having a trade go to 5% and then reversing all the way back, those two things are so tough on your psychology. That is why in the future I plan on taking 50% of the position off at a 5-1. So I would take, let's say, 50% off at a 5-1 and leave the other 50% running with the trailing stop loss. That is my game plan for the JPY pairs going into the future. This was a pretty nice setup. I think this was textbook. I think this was a pretty textbook setup. I mean, you have also the larger descending as well, right? Maybe it's going to look a bit more clean on the daily chart. Not really. 4 hour. Yeah, it does look okay. See, 4 hour looks super, super, super extremely bullish. Each time we break the low, we retrace. Again, I'm only basing my trading decisions from the 1 hour chart. But for you guys, I think it's going to be easier if we jump on the 4 hour or the daily when needed for me to explain to you these clean channels. And this is a very nice bullish momentum. Anyway, that was pretty good. Currently, okay, other than that, no positions for me. And currently, we are pretty flat, unfortunately. So we are pretty flat. We have not managed to break out to the upside. We have retraced back into this flat range, and we have kind of continued to be range bound and overall corrective. So on this currency pair, I'm being more patient. I am not going to put this one on the watch list. I'm just looking for a large push up or a large push down. Okay, that is what I want to see on NJ. And that is about it for this one. Next one I want to show you, I had a buy setup, a buy trade on the Aussie and US dollar. I took it, was it today? It actually was. Yeah, it was. So basically, this was a pretty good setup. I'm still pretty happy I took it. What did I see? Well, to be honest with you, this happened during the night. So the initial entry happened at 4 in the morning. I was asleep. And then when I woke up at around 9 a.m., I had two of my colleagues put in our group chat that they are in the Aussie and US dollar. And I think it was running actually a lot of profit. I think at this point they sent the message. And then I woke up and I did decide, I think around here during this candle, I woke up and I decided to take this as well because it was a pretty good trade. I just missed it because I was sleeping. So yeah, I basically placed a pending order. At this point, got taken in and had a 11 pip stop loss. Yeah, I think it was 11 pips. 11, and it was a loss. So this one turned out to be a losing setup as well. Took 2 losses this week. It's tough, but that's just how it goes. That's the markets. Pretty good setup, I would say. Pretty decent setup. Would you look for a reversal on the Aussie US dollar after that? Let's see. What do you mean exactly, Ivy? You mean it like if descending forms here, like this, or maybe a quick reversal here, like this, maybe like a sell limit. You can put it in the chat. Maybe you think of this setup. If I take a look at the daily chart, let's say, yeah, basically at the top. Okay. The daily chart looks so descending. It looks very, very descending. It's gonna look the same on the 1 hour if you squeeze it out, just breaking the lows and struggling. So I would say there was even a big bullish bias because this whole thing was in one massive descending channel. Okay, so yeah, one massive descending channel. About this reversal right here, give me just 1 second. Okay, about this reversal, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 consecutive breaks of the high, break of the low. Okay, momentum. So you could have been looking for something like this, but to be honest with you, it's not that clean. So when I'm looking for a reversal trade, I'm looking for really clean channels like this. It's a pretty small channel. It's not that clean for me personally. There's a big leg of momentum. And at this point, we were looking very bullish. So I had a big bullish bias at this point, and it didn't really change when this happened. So my bias did not really switch. Okay. So I would not look for that reversal. Other than that, any opportunities? So Ivy says I was looking for more cleaner price action. Yeah, so we're on the same page. That was not clean enough. Did you take the buy setup here, Ivy? Did you take the trade that I took? You can also put it in the chat. Other than that, we had this bullish price action right here. Maybe some people were looking for buy setups as this whole thing looked okay. I personally wasn't because we just broke this high, retraced, and then we got the momentum. I don't think there was even a setup. Yeah, it would not tag your level. But you could make a case, again, for that larger descending, so maybe some people were interested. Currently not doing great. So currently the price action on the Aussie and US dollar is not doing great. Also, some people took a sell setup here. At this point, we had a V reversal and then a break of the low. You could have been looking for a flag here. Here is the flag. That's the flag. Personally, didn't fit the plan. I was looking for a bit more momentum here. This V was not that great, I have to say. It was not the best. So I didn't take this setup. It would be a small win. So it would continue down for a little bit. And that is about it for the Aussie and US dollar. Currently not on the watch list. Ivy says, no, I missed it. Unfortunately, I was sleeping. Not doing great when waking up at night times. Yeah, I didn't even have an alarm, to be honest. So when I went to sleep, we were somewhere around here. And we weren't looking great. I mean, at this point, I was definitely looking for a reversal. I wanted to see a nice bullish break of the high with a nice clean close after this descending. So we kept breaking the lows and retracing, but we never got that. We broke the high with a wick, started messing around a little bit. So I wasn't really expecting a setup to form, and that's why I did not have any alarms set. It is what it is. Sometimes it's going to happen. I'm going to miss some trades. This time I managed to get in when I woke up, and it ended up a loss. So looking for just a large push up or a large push down. If I had to give my bias on the Aussie and the US dollar, I would be bullish. I would be bullish if we look at the daily. I mean, we have broken this major low. See? Here, broken this major low, retraced, and overall we are just breaking the lows and retracing. Just breaking those lows and retracing, looking very, very descending. So that's a bullish pattern, and I like it. I like this to go up. That is my bias. Of course, I'm not going to do anything until I get the signature on the 1 hour chart, until I get the bullish pressure that I need. And that's about it. Now we covered the euro and the US dollar. So back to the classics, or back to the classic schedule. Euro US dollar. Yeah, we covered the news. So we had NFP, we had CPI, we had PPI as well. We had the ECB interest rate decision. Well, it was a bit volatile, but again, did we move a lot? Nah, not really. We're just kind of range bound here. In terms of setups, I didn't really see much. Didn't really see much setups. At this point, I think we looked pretty good with the ascending channel. So I think this was pretty decent. We kept breaking the highs and retracing. So breaking the highs and retracing. Then we printed a huge wick up. And this was, in my opinion, a super bearish pattern. Okay, a super bearish pattern. But we could not commit. Never got the signature for me to take a sell setup. Currently descending correctively, so it's not a clean channel. This would be a clean channel where only the lows are being broken. And what I'm seeing here is kind of messy price action like this, right? So not the cleanest price action, and I did not really like it, or I don't really like it right now. It could clean up a bit like this. We could see the price clean up a bit and then push up and then look for buy setups. Until it happens, I shall be patient. Okay, so I shall be patient on the euro and the US dollar. Is it going on the watch list? No. I mean, it is descending. Don't get me wrong. So it is descending, but not the cleanest. Not the cleanest formation. Next one is another JPY pair, which is the euro and the Japanese yen. So for this one, there was one pretty interesting setup right here. And Meg has a question. How many days have you been in this field? So if you are asking how many days I have been trading, I don't know about days, but it's, I think, 3 to 4 years. So I started in 21 even sooner. I started in 2020, but I was really unsuccessful. In 21 was when I got really serious about it, and I really started heavily backtesting. So that's like 3 to 4 years times 365. So yeah, hopefully that was your question. EJ, a flag here formed. So we had a nice push up, and then we had the first high. So we had the first high, first low, second high, second low, and Nico from Zentum Trading actually did take this buy setup. For me, I didn't like this shift in momentum. So yeah, no worries, Meg. I saw a bit too much selling pressure in this leg right here. If any of you guys did take this trade, I think it was a pretty good trade. I think it was pretty decent. For me, I could maybe even say it was a missed trade, as so the entry happened when I was sleeping, but I kind of discounted any setups after this leg formed. When I went to sleep, it looked like this, and I was like, nah, this is a shift. I'm not going to look for anything. Then we had the flag, and at this point, it does look pretty good. So at this point, it does look pretty high probability, pretty interesting. It did go into some profit. Pretty nice profit, like 2%. And then unfortunately, it did drop all the way back down. So it would end up a loss. You would not be able to reduce your risk. You would not be able to capture any profit, which is unfortunate because it was a pretty decent setup. In terms of stop loss size, if you guys are wondering how big my stop loss was, so I would have used 20 pips. If I took this one, I think 20 pips is a pretty good stop loss size. My usual 12 pips does not look that great. So 12 pips kind of looks too small. As I said, on the JPY pairs, I'm using a visual assessment. And by using that visual assessment, I think 20 pips looks much better. Okay, so I would use 20. Would have used 20. Other than that, any other setups on EJ? No other setups. Nothing was really high probability. The only thing on the radar was, again, this impulse right here, and it could not commit. Now we are a bit corrective. I don't know what this is. This was pretty volatile. Wednesday, 9 o'clock in the morning. Not sure if this is news. I don't think it's any news. It was just a bit of random volatility. But yeah, pretty flat, pretty corrective price action currently. And I'm being more patient. This pair is not on the watch list. I would just be looking for a large push up or a large push down like this. That's about it. So EU we did, EJ we did, AU yes, AJ no. AJ right now. Not looking the best. And in terms of setups, this was a possible buy setup. You also had the descending structure here. So descending structure, we were just breaking the lows, barely breaking the lows, retracing, leaving wicks as well. So huge wick, large wick there. It was pretty nice. Just breaking the lows, breaking those lows and retracing. Then some nice exploding momentum to the upside. Really strong as well. One candle pullback, break of the high, but a wick. This part I really did not like. This part was pretty bad in my opinion. So I would have preferred to see a nice clean close, and then I would for sure be in this trade, or I would set my order. Yeah, that was pretty good. That was pretty good, but not good enough. It was right on the edge, and it just wasn't good enough for me to take a trade there because of that wick. Here, nice meltdown. I would have taken a sell setup. This was the same time as that NJ flag. So if we go to NJ, See, it was the same time, but the flag here was cleaner. The flag here was better. And this flag, what? This flag was not good enough. For me, this flag had too much buying pressure right here. So too much buying pressure inside of this AJ flag. I did not like that. It was too strong. And then we broke the low, retraced, went up. Some people commented on possible reversal setup here. Just a quick refresher of what the reversal setup is. It's a descending structure, descending channel, and then you break the high and retest, and you get in on a buy setup. That's a reversal. So you have a descending here, descending structure. You break the high with force, with momentum, but my entry would have been on top of this inside bar, and it wasn't really the cleanest setup. It's also overall kind of stuck in this more flat range. So yeah, I didn't really like it. It would not tag me in. It would never tag my level. Went up a little bit and now retracing. Meg says, how many days did it take to become profitable and what's the main key for profitability? It took me, I think, a year and a half, something like that. A year and a half for sure. So it takes a lot of time. It's very similar to getting your bachelor's degree in college, let's say. So if you have a good mentor and good education and realistic expectations, then it's going to take much less time. But if you have a bad mentor, if you have unrealistic expectations, if you think you can make 100% every year, then it's going to take you a lot more time. So it all depends on your mentor and the quality of the education. But even with the best education, I think it still takes like a year for someone to really like deep dive into a pair and really get into it. So yeah, for me, it took more than a year, but I think if you have the right education, also check out Zentum Trading. So if you have the right education, it can take less than a year, but I would say like a year is the minimum that you should devote. So you should devote at least 1 year to actually learn to trade. Okay. And also the main key for profitability is good mentor, good education, and realistic expectations and persistence. So again, if you have a good mentor who actually has a good education service with good videos, good explanations, good support as well, and he gives you realistic expectations, he doesn't tell you, oh, you're going to make 100% this year and the next year, and you're going to be driving a Porsche in just 5 months, and you're going to be chilling on a yacht in like a year and a half. That's not good. But as a side income, maybe like 20 to 30% per year on average. Some years are going to be better. Like some years you'll make 60%. Some years are going to make 40%, but some years you may make 15%. But the average can be around 25, 30% on like a large sample size. So, and persistence, of course, 95% of people don't make it. That's the statistic. They give up, basically. They give up. They have bad education. Then they have a lot of losses and then they give up. Or they have good education and then they go into a drawdown. Inevitably, every single strategy goes into a drawdown. Okay. Every single strategy goes into drawdown, but most people actually quit. So their strategy may be good, the strategy may be working, but they cannot handle the drawdown, so they quit. For example, 22 was great. 23 was also great for returns. 24 has been a little bit slower for me. Q1 and Q2 have been good, but then Q3 and Q4 have been really rough. A lot of people would have quit after, let's say, Q4, but I know I have a good trading edge. I know this is just a year where I don't make as much percentage. And if I keep executing, if I keep taking trades in 2025, I know that my edge will play out if I give it enough time. And like 95% of people will just quit. Meg says, I'm trading since a year. I lost 38 prop firm challenges and lost a lot of money. What is your key tip for me? Yeah, so you probably don't have a good trading edge. You probably don't have good enough backtesting data. So if you can just put it in the chat, write down how much backtesting did you do, on which currency pairs, and maybe what were your results in backtesting. Okay, so did you do 1 year of backtesting? Like, did you backtest 2023? Did you backtest only one currency pair? Or did you backtest the last 5 years? Did you backtest 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22 on, let's say, I don't know, 10 currency pairs? So if you want, you can put it in the chat. If you don't want to put it in the chat, then just write down that you don't want to put it in the chat, and I'll give you the answer why you failed 38 prop firm challenges. It basically has to do because you don't have, in my opinion, a good enough trading edge, and you probably didn't do enough backtesting and enough research. Okay, so we're gonna give you some time to put it in the chat. Until that happens, we're gonna take a look at the Aussie and the Japanese yen. So AJ, looking flat, looking corrective, not gonna be on my watch list. Personally, I don't really like it. It also looks overall pretty flat. Okay, it looks pretty flat. We had a ascending structure here. Price was breaking the highs, but also breaking the lows. It wasn't good. It wasn't looking good. Broke lower, wick. So we're gonna skip it. Now, pound and US dollar. This one actually does look a bit more interesting. So looks like we had a good reaction, maybe off of the PPI news. I will put this pair on the watch list because I'm seeing an impulse down. Will the impulse continue? Will it give us an entry? As it stands, it's not looking great. So as it stands, it doesn't look great. But because of the huge wick and the bullish candle, but this can still go lower. This is still a live candle. We can still go lower. Okay, we have an answer. So yes, I lost every challenge in a single trade. I don't have a proper edge. Can you help to learn any edge for free? So we do have, again, a trading community, and you can join our free Discord. So if you just want to check it out, and if you want to ask some more questions, you have free mentors there, and it's at zentumtrading.com. Okay, you have the free Discord, completely free. Join it. We have a couple of resources in there, a couple of free channels that you can check out. We also give our market forecast. You can ask some questions, and it may give you a better idea of if you want to join or not. Okay, it should be in the description as well. Yeah, it should be in the description. But yeah, our main problem is that you do not have a proper trading edge and you don't have any backtesting data. I can put it here as well. Give me 1 second. Let's put it in the chat. Here you go. And if you want the link to the free Discord, here is the free Discord link. Okay. So what's your main issue? Your main issue is, first, you don't have a trading edge. Second, you don't have enough backtesting data. So minimum last 5 years of backtesting. Like, you should backtest. If you really want to get into it, you should backtest 2018, 2019, 2020, 21, 22, and 23. Okay, maybe not 2018 because that's 6 years then. So start with 2019. And if you can make money in those last 5 years with your trading edge, then you're good. If you cannot make any percentage in your backtesting, then you have no business of going live or buying any prop firm challenges because you do not have a trading edge. You're going to be break even And that is about it. And we give you a trading edge at Zentum Trading. We teach you a trading edge, and we teach you how to backtest that specific trading edge. Pound US dollar. Did I look for any setups? I mean, only here. Whoop. So only right here. I would say it looked pretty clean at this point. It was printing a ascending channel pattern. So it was breaking the highs and retracing. Each time we broke the high, huge wick right here, and it was retracing. Pretty nice overall ascending formation right there. Okay, pretty clean, pretty nice. It could not commit. I wanted to see price melt down. I wanted to see big bearish momentum like this, but we just could not print any clean bearish momentum. Instead, we just kept ranging around. Current price looking flat, looking corrective, but starting to break to the downside. Daily, just a quick glance, and not doing anything particular. So what do I want to see? I would like to see price continue down, show me a sell setup. Pull back a little bit, break down, show me a setup. Would I take a setup if we continue printing the current price action? No. Huge wick, big bullish pressure. This is a big warning sign, not looking great, and I would not be a seller in this market, but I will put this pair on the watch list because I do like the overall impulse. I think it's pretty large. I think it does have potential to continue down. I think some potential is there. Okay. And that is about it for our 6 currency pairs. We have went through all of them. So EU, these correctively descending, not on the watch list. EJ, flat and range bound. AU, flat and range bound. AJ, corrective. Pound US dollar, impulse down, maybe it continues. NJ, corrective. So don't go away yet. I know most of you stay for the 6 currency pairs, but I also have these other pairs for you. So I have Pound Aussie, which is the one I'm backtesting, Dollar CAD, and of course S&P, and these other ones. But first, let's stick to Forex for now. Let's do Pound Aussie. So we had a couple of setups here, and they were, I would say, picture perfect. First one was this flag. So Meg, if you're still watching, this is a trading edge that I know if I take 100 of these trades, I'm gonna be in good profit. So my win rate will be around 30%, which is pretty bad. But when I win, I'm gonna win much more than when I lose. So for example, this one was a loss. See, this one was a loss. Meg says, yes, I added my mail there, but I didn't receive any invitation for Discord. Okay, well, look, here is my email. gmail.com. Let me just check that out. You should check your spam as well. So check your spam folder. It can go in there as well. But here is my personal email. Rajesh, you managed to join. Okay, great. You have joined. Nice. But Meg, this is my personal email. Send me an email and I'll respond with the direct link to the Discord. Okay, I'll send you the direct invite link to the Discord, and you should get that one. So just send me an email on that address. And Rajesh, it worked for you, I'm guessing. So that's great. Glad it works. Sometimes you get the invite link to the Discord in your spam folder, so you need to dig it a bit. So dig into your email, but it's there. It should be there. Anyway, back to the pound Aussie. Back to pound Aussie, this is a picture perfect trade, and this is an edge. This combination. Big meltdown, and then a really nice flag formation to enter. Really clean. I don't see any warning sign in here. And it still loses. Why? Because my win rate is around 30%. But here is another one that prints, this time to the upside. So a big impulse to the upside right here, and then a flag as well. Flag formation. First high, first low, second high, second low. Blue candle is the entry. 20, let's do 25 pips. Just, it looks visually better. And this one was a winner. So I didn't take it because I'm not live trading this pair. But if I did take it, it would be a nice winner. I use a trailing stop loss. So take profit to 5.8. So this would be like a 3.2% winner. And as you can see, I lost here. Let's say I lost here. I lost 1%, but I won here. And it was a 3.2% profit. So when I lose small. But when I win much, much more. Even with a 30% win rate, the statistics or the mathematics behind it are still there. If you keep your winners far bigger than your losses, then it's going to work. Okay, Meg, you sent an email. Let me check. I don't see anything yet. But I'll check the spam. I'll check after this live stream, and I will send you back the invite link. Insurance Casino, is this paper trading? No, I'm live trading, but I'm live trading these 6 currency pairs. I took 2 losses this week. I took a loss on AU. I took a loss on NJ, but I'm back testing these 2 currency pairs. Not paper trading, but back testing. Okay. If I was live trading, I just wanted to give an example of my trading edge. So I have multiple trading edges, but one of them is when you get an impulse and then a flag, or an impulse up and then a flag. That is what you got here. It lost. That is what you got here. It won. So yeah, this is great. This is a great currency pair to trade. I like it. Maybe if I find a lot of success in backtesting, I still haven't finished it. But if I do find success, I will put it in my live trading section, and I will actually live trade it. That's it for pound Aussie. Currently looking, let me see. Currently looking at this part and a bit flat. We do have a bearish impulse down right here, but then now we're pausing a bit. So if I was trading this live, it would not currently be on the watch list. Okay, next one is dollar CAD, which is looking pretty range bound. It's not really printing much. We had a very clean V reversal. So if you guys are in Zentum trading, if any of you are in Zentum trading, you can take a screenshot of this. And this is like an extremely clean V reversal. Extremely clean V reversal pattern, which is a bullish pattern. In a lot of cases, you will actually get the small range and you'll get an uptrend. So nice bullish pattern. This time it didn't work. It's not going to work 100% of the time, but it's a great example of what you want to see with a, is that a V bottom? Yeah, basically. I mean, it's like a cup and handle, you could say. It's also a part of an inverse head and shoulders. It's all the same things. Basically, you have a cup, you have a handle, you have left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Those are all bullish patterns. And Insurance Casino says looks like a lot of breakouts worked with dips. I'm not sure what you mean about dips. If you could explain that a bit more. But basically, all of these patterns I just mentioned are bullish patterns, and you actually expect an uptrend to happen. You expect an uptrend to happen after those bullish patterns. So yeah, dollar CAD looking a bit flat right now. Just broke out of this large range. This was a huge range, and it's not looking great. It's not looking that interesting. So that's about it. That's about it from Forex. Now, S&P, I'm going to do the daily chart. We are at all-time highs. We are very bullish, and this is looking great. The S&P 500 does move a bit differently than Forex pairs. It kind of follows a channel. It kind of trends inside of a channel like this, which is a bit tough, but again, some people do like it. My bias, I'm pretty bullish on the S&P. I think it looks great. I think there's still a lot more upside to go. I think we could just continue doing this. Am I seeing any signs of slowing down? Nah. I'm not seeing any large selling pressure. I'm seeing the buyers being in control, and this is looking pretty good, pretty healthy. Nasdaq, the same, pretty bullish. The daily chart, really healthy, all-time highs. We are respecting this lower trend line. So I think it looks great. I'm still bullish. Gold, this is another very clean V reversal setup. See? This one. Nice V. So if you want to take a screenshot of this, it's a pretty good example of a V reversal, and that would be a bullish setup. So you would expect an uptrend to happen here. Overall, we were in a big uptrend, then we got a lot of selling pressure, a lot of sell-off signature. So it was not looking that great. Yeah, this is a really clean V reversal. Because of the V reversal, I am a bit bullish on gold, but until we get the confirmation, so until we actually get a push up like this, I shall remain patient. So I would not even give a bias right now. Silver is looking more corrective. I did take a look at silver a couple of hours ago, just flat here. Just flat, basically doing nothing. Not that interesting to me. But what is interesting is, of course, crypto. Crypto is looking very bullish, all-time highs. So broke 100K. We are hovering above 100K. Very good. And I would expect more upside, actually. The daily chart, I think, in my opinion, still looks pretty healthy. Yes, we are slowing down a little bit. You could make a case for that. That it's not as impulsive, it's not as bullish as Bitcoin can be. But just by a visual assessment, just by gauging the momentum, I don't see any signs of slowing down. So my bias is for us to just continue trucking to the upside. Just continue going up. 1 hour is looking pretty flat. Yeah, 1 hour is looking pretty corrective, but what I'm focusing on, in Forex, I focus on the 1 hour. But when I'm looking at the S&P, when I'm looking at the Nasdaq, gold, silver, Bitcoin, I'm going to look at the daily chart, okay? Because those are more, let's say, long-term assets. I'm not trading them live. I do have some crypto, and I want to get a big picture. So the daily chart is good. Crypto is nuts. The meme coins are 10xing daily. Risky though. So the meme coins are a complete casino. So it's very hard to make any money with meme coins. If you do make money, I personally think it's complete luck. So it's the same thing as going in a casino and betting all on red on a roulette table, right? So very tough to make any money with meme coins. I would highly recommend staying away from them. What I do recommend is getting some crypto, or sorry, Bitcoin. Yeah, it's gambling. It's total gambling. With the meme coins, it's fun. I'm sure it's fun, but I don't think it's worth it to lose money. Ethereum, pretty bullish. We had a signature, a bearish signature here, big bear candle, but we are recovering. Of course, Ethereum follows Bitcoin. We are approaching this high. Not at all-time highs yet. All-time high was at 4.8. Still have some ways to go, around maybe 20, 23%, but I'm pretty bullish. Of course, my main indication is Bitcoin. If Bitcoin is going up, then all of the altcoins should, in theory, soon follow Bitcoin. Like maybe a week later, a month later, they usually follow Bitcoin. In like, if you backtest it, you're gonna see Bitcoin going up, and then a few days, a few weeks later, you're gonna see the altcoins going up as well. Now, what do I recommend? Well, I think the best split is, let's say you have $10,000 and you're a profitable trader, but you have small capital. I think 30% of that you should either put into a live account or into prop firms, 60% into the S&P 500, and 10% into crypto. I think that's a good split. Okay, maybe you could use 50% for prop firms and your live account, and 40% on the S&P, and 10% into Bitcoin or into Ethereum. So hello Nick, what's up? Looks range bound. Yeah. So Insurance Casino says it is fun. I made 100x so far, but it's all luck for sure. It is. So basically, we got really, really lucky. Nick says, wow, that's great. What about the yearly? If you're talking about Bitcoin, so the yearly chart. I think it looks pretty good. So the early chart looks pretty healthy. Meg says, great, how much have you put? I think I bought $1,000. Some of it in Bitcoin, some of it in Ethereum on the 10th of November. I think around the 10th of November, I put in just like $1,000 into crypto. Currently, I'm up a little bit, but it's a really long-term investment. I'm definitely gonna hold for a few years. I do see a future in crypto. I do think it's gonna go up. I do think it's going to get even more mainstream. I am seeing some companies out there actually using the blockchain, using Ethereum. If you know about Poly Markets, so Poly Markets is a big gambling site, and it was really popular in the last US elections. So you could have bet on Trump or on Kamala, and I think it was the most popular website to place a bet if you, let's say, wanted to bet on Trump winning the election. You went to Poly Markets and you made a deposit. And Poly Markets is built on the blockchain Ethereum network. So like companies are actually using crypto, actually using blockchain technology to create products, websites, and stuff like that. As people use it, it's gonna get even more mainstream. The price is gonna for sure go up. I mean, it's useful. It has a use, in my opinion. And also, if you ever send crypto anywhere, it's good. It's not traceable. It's pretty fast. Yeah, the fees are kind of big, but I do like it. It's much faster than a bank. Like a bank transfer takes at least one business day. Like what the fuck is that? That's really slow. Why does it take one business day? Well, because there's a lot of people working at the bank who do not want to lose their jobs. So they say, oh, we need to check this, we need to check that, we need to do this, we need to do that. And it basically has to go through a lot of people. That's why it takes a long time. And those people do not want to lose their jobs. So they keep creating these, in my opinion, unnecessary security checks in order to basically keep their job. But with crypto, like a computer checks everything super fast, much faster than a bank transfer, and you can transfer a lot of money. If the US does make Bitcoin a bigger reserve, it should keep going. Yeah, I don't know about that, but I just believe in the technology. I was a big hater. I definitely was a big crypto hater, but lately I saw the price going up. I saw the use case. I saw companies actually using Ethereum, and now my mindset has completely switched, and I do think it's a great investment opportunity. Crypto is now a product that has real value. Yeah, and a lot of brokers offer Bitcoin and Ethereum, or at least Bitcoin, as a tradable product. So I think it has gone mainstream, and it's gonna continue to go mainstream. Like Trump is talking about it, Elon loves it, Elon Musk loves it. I think even Putin talked about crypto. So like you have all of these big important people, world leaders talking about crypto in a positive way. It can only go up in the long term. Smoker, what's up? I haven't seen you in a while. Why don't you trade a negative risk to reward and have a 99% win rate? Because it's impossible to have a 99% win rate. And I wouldn't make any money doing that. I'm a trend trader, so I try to get in and catch a big trend. And in order to catch the trend, my win rate is low. So I have a lot of losing trades because I never know when a trend will start. But once I do catch it, like a trade can go very far into profit. Having a negative risk to reward, like making 0.5% on every trade and having a higher win rate, that's first not a trend trading strategy. That is like a range bound strategy, which I don't really like, and I don't think it's gonna be profitable unless it's possible with a 1 to 0.1. I don't know. Show me a track record. Like, show me a consistent track record that of at least a few years of trading where someone traded with a negative risk to reward and a 90% win rate. It doesn't exist. You cannot find it. It's nowhere to be found because it's impossible. And I have seen track records with like 60% win rate. That's the top. Like the highest amount is around 60% with a lower risk to reward. But I never saw any successful trader going above 60% with, let's say, a 5-year track record. So Meg says, brother, will you answer some questions through the email? Yeah, for sure. I will. Let me just check if I received your email. If you have any questions, you can send me an email, or you can join our free Discord. I think that's even better. Yeah, the problem is I still have not received your email. I don't know why. So if you could try again, if you could copy this email and paste it and send me an email again, because I don't see it in my inbox. It's nowhere to be found. It's not under spam. It's not under all mail. And I don't know why I'm not receiving it. So please try again. Smoker says, I can show you a 1-year track record with a 100% win rate. Yeah, show it. So send me a link. I'll check it out right now. Batman says, personally, I take 2 risk rewards for minimum. Okay, 2 to 1. That's okay. A 2 to 1 is okay. Meg says, I'll send you again. Yeah, please send it again because I don't see anything in the inbox. Let me check. Trading education. A 2 to 1 is okay. Smoker, please send the link. My average risk to reward is, I think, a 4 to 1 or a 5 to 1. So win rate is low, 30%, but risk to reward is pretty high, like a 4-1, a 5-1. So when I lose 1%, but when I win around 4 or maybe even 5% on average. And I think that's pretty good. The math is there. The math is mathing, or whatever the expression is. Insurance Casino says if you break up your profits with martingale and can increase your probability, but that's it. Like win 7, then break it up to 1, 2, 4, 3 chances to win again. So adding to your losses, I don't think that's the smartest way to go. Zippo says, sorry for asking, but can you show your 1-year trading history? Yep, I can give you the link to my FX book. Let me just... My FX book. FX book. Marcos trading journey. Oh, come on. Stupid Google Chrome. My FX book. Marcos trading journey. Okay. I see markets. Got it. Here is the link. So that's my FX book. Okay. So we have a... Is that from Bernd Skoropinski? Okay, I'm gonna look into it a bit later. But the drawdown, okay, so the return is 34.34. The drawdown is 4.6. And I'm gonna have to verify if it's a regulated broker. Like Fusion Markets, it doesn't really sound, and it's a demo account. It's not a real account. It's a demo account. So this is fake, basically. I'm sorry, but this is a fake. This is a fake track record. It's not a real account. Fusion Markets, I don't think it's a regulated broker. So yeah. Okay. We have now passed 6 p.m. my time. So a quick glance of the charts. Is that from Bernd Skoropinski? Because if it is, I'm sorry, but it's most likely fake. And it's a demo account. Like demo account, it's not a real account. And you could pay some shady people to verify your account. Okay, it's pretty easy to get a shady person to verify your track record. So unless it's a real account, unless the broker is a regulated broker, it's fake. Ever have those days where every trade works, like you can't lose? Rare, but they're awesome. Yeah, in 2023, January, we had massive trades, and they just kept working. Like they just kept going in our favor, and it was great, but it built a lot of overconfidence, I would say. So it was a bit unhealthy for our psychology. Jan 23. Like, see this one. We took a sell setup. Here. Whoop. And this was like a massive trade. I think this was like a 25% winner. Got taken out at this point, and then we took a buy setup. And this was just on one pair. Like we took these trades on multiple pairs. Then we took a buy setup. Buy setup right here. And this was like a 17.4% trade. So yeah, we just kept taking trades. We just kept taking trades, and they kept on working out. Okay, and it was great. It was awesome. But then reality check hit, and in the Later months, we took a lot of losses, and that was pretty rough. Smoker says Alpha Performance verified them. They're credible. I don't believe they are credible. I do believe they are fake. Yeah, that's definitely from that guy Bernd Skorpinski. This is a fake track record. This is a demo account. Fusion Markets is an unregulated broker, and you could pay Alpha Performance, and they will verify basically anything. Meg says, sorry, brother, I have typed wrong. Now check your email. Okay, let's see. I got it. Okay, I got it. Great. So you have received it. I'll send you the link for the Discord. If you have any questions, you can put it in the Discord or you can send me an email, whichever you prefer. Smoker says, I can also make the argument you paid your broker to fake your FX book. Well, look, so my track record is on a real broker. It says it's a real account. If you take a look, it says real, and it's IC Markets. IC Markets is a regulated broker in the European Union, so there is no way to fake it. That's just the truth. The difference is the performance that you showed me, it's a demo account, unregulated broker. My is a real account, and it's a regulated broker. And with an unregulated broker, you can do anything you want in the back end to change your results. And it is from that guy Bernd, who got exposed multiple times on Twitter for having a fake track record. You want to believe what you want to believe, but I've been in this industry for like a few years now, and it's pretty easy to spot a fake track record. It's pretty easy to spot a scammer. So at the end of the day, it's up to you what you want to believe. Insurance Casino says facts. Anybody can game the system and make it look like they have a high win rate. They just keep trading with a bigger trade that worked. It's misleading because they only have to be right once. Yeah, that's true. And they're only showing the winners. They're never showing the losses. So in this live stream, I showed you I took 2 losses this week, right? But most of the online gurus, they only show you the winners, not the losses. They only show you the payouts and not how much failed challenges they have. And if you actually looked at the number of failed challenges and compared it to the payouts, you would see that overall they're probably around break even. So they have lost maybe $5,000, $10,000 on challenges, and they have had a $5,000 or $10,000 payout. So they're net break even or even net negative, but they only show you the actual payout. They don't show you how many accounts they failed, so you think they're actually profitable. And in terms of not broker statements, but track records, it's super easy to fake a MyFX book with an unregulated broker, and with a demo account, very, very, very easy. A Smoker says a scammer on FTMO leaderboards, that's scope. I'm just telling you the truth. You can believe what you want to believe, but the sooner you accept what the truth is, the sooner you accept the realistic expectations of trading, which is that the best of the best of the best of traders don't have a win rate above 60%, the sooner you personally will actually become profitable in the markets. So up to you, but if you want to save yourself some time, I would highly suggest believing in realistic expectations when it comes to trading and doing a bit more research. Nick agrees. Great. So that's a pretty funny username, Nick. And I think we're going to wrap it up here. Meg, I'll send you an email with a Discord invite link right now. I'll see you guys next week. Let me see how GU finished. So this is pretty bad. Okay, it's gonna go off the watch list. It's no longer good enough for the watch list. We have printed 2 large warning signs. We have a huge wick here. We have a big bullish candle. That's not good. So that's too strong of a warning sign, and I shall remain patient for GU. Not looking great. Smoker says, do you think trading will ever go extinct? Not in the not in the next 10, 20, 30 years. I don't think so. No. Maybe in 100 years when you have a lot of AI, robots, blah, 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 blah. But in our lifetime, I don't think trading will go extinct. And I think it's a great skill to learn and a great skill to have. So, yeah, I think it's a great skill to have. And I don't think AI will be able to replace traders in the next 20 to 30 years, because it's a good language model. Like if you ever used ChatGPT, it's great as a language model, but in terms of, I don't know, creative thinking, in terms of visual assessment of a trading chart, it's pretty bad. It's still very, very bad in terms of visually assessing a chart. And I think we still have a lot more years of manual trading before everyone gets replaced by robots, or before a trading edge no longer exists. So the market is still a little bit inefficient at times, so there is still a possibility to make money. But when the markets become fully efficient, when the opportunity to make money becomes like 5 seconds, if you don't take a trade in those 5 seconds, you won't make any profits, then we're gonna be fucked. But I don't think it's gonna happen that soon. Insurance Casino, say you trade off of one low that held, scammers just keep trading off of that low, making it look like a lot of winners. It's a good trick. Yeah, they have a lot of tricks. They have a lot of tricks. Like they are kind of like, some of them are pretty smart people with the way that they set up their scams and with the way that they fake their trading results, track records, broker statements, MyFX books. It's pretty smart, actually. I don't know. I guess they're super greedy, so they just wanted to apply their knowledge into scamming people. But if they applied that same knowledge into actually learning to trade and discovering a trading edge, they may actually be pretty successful. Samart says, hi Marco, good evening. Please review my Darwinex index UHDQ. Yeah, let's do it. Let me just open a new window and then I can share it. So let me just quickly log in. Darwinex Classic. Login. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Okay, Darwinia. Let me re-share the screen. Okay, let me know if you can see this, guys, or not. Basically, what did you say the ticker was? Let's see. UHDQ. So search UHDQ. Let's go. Let's see. Can we look at the underlying strategy? Man, it's pretty good. You're doing great. Nice. I mean, it's not a big track record. You only started in October, but you have a 14% return with only minus 3.2% drawdown. This is like the Darwin index. So your underlying strategy probably is even better than this. But this return to drawdown ratio looks great. And you have an allocation as well. So good work. This looks really healthy. And just keep it up. Again, the track record is still pretty small, but I think that these results are great. If you can keep it up, this is great. Smoker says, so if AI becomes advanced, the FX markets won't exist. They will exist. They will exist for sure. But trading will be super tough. Like, we make money when the markets are inefficient. But with the rise of AI, with the rise of trading robots, and just advancements in technology, those inefficiencies become smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. And when the inefficiencies become extremely, extremely small, then there won't be a way for traders to make a profit, because we profit off of inefficiencies in the market. For example, when the Bank of Japan started propping up the yen, we had a huge meltdown. I can show it to you. If we go to present, share screen, EJ, July, let's go to the daily. See, this was a big, big inefficiency in the market. This was a big, big inefficiency in the market because it was a big meltdown. When the Bank of Japan just started propping up the yen started gaining a lot of strength and we got a massive downtrend. And I got in some great sell setups somewhere around here, and I made some great profits back in July of this year. So this was an inefficiency. And as the technological advancements get better and better, you're not going to see massive moves like this. You're not going to see some inefficiencies like this. So it's going to be very, very tough to make a profit in the markets. But again, in the next 30 years, in our lifetime, I don't think it's going to happen. That is why learning to trade, learning to invest is a great skill to have in order to have multiple income streams and grow your money. Word, I agree. It's awesome. It exists, but AI can't know all the nuances of trading because it changes. Yeah, but AI can change as well. It can adapt. It's basically like a human mind on steroids. You know, it can be much, much more efficient than a human mind. Smoker says, is being on FTMO leaderboards a smart trick? Well, look, he definitely got those payouts, but you don't know how many challenges he failed in order to get those payouts. So he may have lost hundreds of thousands of dollars in challenges just to get those payouts. And for him, it's a good risk to reward because he knows even if he spends a lot of money on challenges and fails, he just needs one massive payout and he's going to get all of that money back when he's selling his course, because I think his course costs 10,000 euros. So let's say he spends 100,000 euros on challenges. He needs only 10 people to buy his course, and he will get all of that money back. All of the money that he failed in those challenges, he may get a payout here or there, but he just needs 10 students to sign up and he'll get 100,000 euros back. So for him, it makes sense to just buy a crazy amount of challenges and just go at it. Samart says, you inspired me, bro. Thank you. Yeah, no worries. What is wrong there? Can you tell me some inefficiencies? I don't see anything wrong with your track record. I think it looks amazing, but you need to give it some time. I don't see any inefficiencies. I don't see any drawdown. I think this is like a perfect track record, but again, it's just too short. You need more months. You need a minimum of 12 months, and then we can come back and we can analyze your results. So the robots will eat themselves and never make anybody any money, becoming worthless. Yeah. Maybe we'll have the scene from the Terminator where the robots wake up and then they kill every human. So yeah, that could be a case. That's at least what Elon Musk says, that it is a possibility for AI to wake up and just kill everyone, every human. Hopefully it doesn't happen. Meg says, I have joined. What have you joined? Zentum Trading or? So yeah, let me know what you have joined. I have learned all from you and Trader Nick. Thank you, love from India. Oh, Trader Nick is awesome. So if you're learning from Trader Nick and me, I think that's awesome. I think those are like the best two. Trader Nick is like the best person online that you could learn from. And thank you, love from India. Thank you very much. And thank you for the support. Hopefully, we will see each other in another live stream and on Trader Nick's channel as well. If you guys don't know, I'm live streaming on Trader Nick's channel every day at 1:30 p.m. London time. Another scammer trick. I think you're referring to the buying like $100,000 or euro worth of challenges. Yeah, it's a trick. It's a trick. Once I get some money, I will join your courses. Definitely check it out. So definitely check it out. We will have possibly a Christmas discount as well. So you could check out Zentum Trading during Christmas, and there may be a discount, so you may even get a better price. Smoker says, how come I passed all my challenges with his YouTube signals? Maybe you should get his course. Good. Well, that's great. If you have passed all of your challenges, if you have gotten payouts, that's great. If it works for you, keep doing it. I just know for me, I have an opinion and I'm going to stick with that opinion. I do think it's a fake track record. I do think he is not that good at trading, and that's about it. Insurance says, what if they are pleasure bots? What a way to go. I don't know what you're into, man, but yeah. So I guess Smoker has his opinion, you have your opinion, and whatever strokes your boat, or I don't know what the expression is, whatever floats your boat. So yeah. How come I've never seen you on any leaderboards? Well, yeah, I've never had a good enough result. But Nico and Griff from Zentum Trading, they actually have been on the leaderboards. So you remember those trades on the euro and the Japanese yen in January of 2023? Well, with those results, Griff and Nico made like, I don't know, 100K, 200K combined, and they were top 3 on the FTMO leaderboards. So yeah, I personally haven't been on there, but 2 mentors from Zentum Trading actually have been on the leaderboards. Okay, so I think we're gonna wrap it up right here. If you guys have any last minute questions, put them in the chat. This was great. I love the interaction. That's exactly why I switched from filming trade recaps to 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 actually doing a live stream. I love the interaction. I love the comments. We have some arguments in there as well. So be careful online. There's a lot of scammers, a lot of people faking their track records. And yeah, hopefully I will see you guys next week as well. It's probably, the live stream will probably be on a Thursday, same time as today, so 4 p.m. London time. Yeah, we know it was a joke, Insurance Casino. Don't worry, we know it was a joke. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys very much for watching. Good luck in the markets. I don't have anything on the watch list. To be honest, I'm kind of watching crypto because crypto is currently the most interesting. And yeah, that's about it. Bye, Samart. Bye, Nick. Bye, Smoker. And see you guys next time. Yeah, all love, all love. So we all have our opinions, but again, at the end of the day, we're all here to learn. We're all here to make some money in the markets, and we're all friends. So yeah. Thank you, Insurance Casino. Thank you for watching. So bye, guys. I'm gonna end the stream right here. See you.